Well, good evening, everyone. This is Mike Bass back again with another forecast update for your May the 12th, 2023. I'm hoping everybody's having a great Friday out there so far. Hope everybody having a great Friday evening as well. Hope everybody continues to stay safe and well, and also enjoy the weather because it's the only weather you got. Okay. In today's video, we're going to be talking about your forecast for Saturday and Sunday. Also, going to take a look at the weather radar across the nation. Take a look at the watches, warning, and advisory map as well. Also, we're going to take a look at the Storm Prediction Center overview and also a few other products from what they offer on their forecast page. And also, we're going to take a look at the Columbia, South Carolina weather radar here in Columbia, South Carolina. Alrighty. If you're a new viewer, have not subscribed to my channel, consider subscribing. Love to have you. I'm only 29 more subscribers away from being at 400. If somebody out there could help me get to 400, I would greatly appreciate it. I need all the help I can get from my community out there. If somebody can help a brother out, I would greatly appreciate it. Alrighty. Like these and also like these videos, share these videos, and let's go ahead and get the show on the road, and let's dive on into your forecast now. We're going to start in the northeastern United States, and we're going to work our way around. Alrighty, we got quiet conditions pretty much across the northeastern United States, from Maine back into New Hampshire, back down toward New York, back to portion of northern Pennsylvania, back into Michigan, Toronto, Canada, Montreal, Canada as well, back into northeast Wisconsin, and also northeast Minnesota. Also, we have a huge real estate area, shower and thunderstorm extending from Pennsylvania through Philadelphia, Washington, D.C., through Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, down to Florida and the Florida Keys as well. Also over toward the Houston area, Texas, Dallas, Texas, all the way back into northern Mexico, also into New Mexico as well, into Utah, also over in the portion of Colorado, also into Nebraska, South Dakota, Minnesota, Wisconsin, and surrounding vicinity. Down here we have in the red slashed areas, down here in Texas and Oklahoma, we have some some heavy rain and flash flooding possible in that region. Also in the yellow slashed area down here in southern Texas, we have some severe thunderstorm possible, and also up here in portion of Minnesota, also in the portions of Iowa, and also back in the portion of Illinois. Got some flash flooding and some severe weather possible in this area here. We got some rain showers for a portion of Minnesota, back into North Dakota, southern Canada, Montana, and also western Wyoming. Also, we have some mixed precipitation over portions of Colorado, so back into Wyoming, and also back into Montana. Also back on the west coast, it's quiet conditions, it's dry high pressure building from Vancouver, Canada, through Seattle, Washington, through Oregon, California, back into Arizona, and portion of western Mexico as well. Alright, let's take a look at your Sunday forecast. Mother's Day. As you can see, we got quiet conditions over portions of the northeastern United States, from Maine back down in the portion of Pennsylvania to Philadelphia, all the way through Michigan, back over toward Wisconsin, Minnesota, well, northern Minnesota, that is, North Dakota, northern South Dakota, Montana, and also back in the portions of Idaho, and also Washington and Oregon State and California. Dry conditions there. We got a big, huge real estate area of shower and thunderstorm activity from Chicago, Illinois, back to southern Pennsylvania, through Virginia, through the Carolinas, northern Florida. Got a little bit down here around in Miami, Florida, and the Florida Keys. Also in the portion of Georgia, back through Arkansas, Dallas, Texas, Houston, Texas, back into northern Mexico, New Mexico, back into Nevada. Also in the portion of Oregon and Idaho as well. And also got some showers activity over portions of Wisconsin through Iowa, back into Nebraska, South Dakota, Montana, Wyoming, and around the Denver, Colorado area. Also in the yellow slashed area, there's some severe weather possible there. Also in southern Texas, there's some flash flooding possible in the red slashed area. And also we have some mixed precipitation over portion of New Mexico through western Colorado, and a little bit right there in northeast Utah as well. And that's pretty much it for your weekend. And like I said, high pressure still dominate pretty much southern Canada as well. Alright, let's move on to the weather radar now. As you can see, we got excuse me, let me get rid of that pop-up, sorry about that. But anyway, we got some shower activity over portion of southeast Canada up in toward Maine. Also, we got more scattered activity, portion of West Virginia, back down into South Carolina, A little bit more widespread over southwest Georgia and southern Georgia. Also over here in portions of Mississippi and Alabama as well. A more scattered activity across northern Georgia through portions of Kentucky, Tennessee, all the way back into Ohio, all the way back into portions of Illinois, and back into portions of Minnesota. Also scattered activity over Utah, Colorado, Arizona, also up here in North and South Dakota as well. Still got that little spin in the upper levels of the atmosphere, a little upper level low, spinning over portions of Kansas and Nebraska area up there with a trailing area of shower and thunderstorm through portions of Kansas, Nebraska, all the way back into Texas. Got some shower activity over portions of New Mexico and Mexico as well. I got some shower activity over Cuba. Got some scattered activity over Puerto Rico. The Hawaiian chain, you look good. Guam got a few scattered around showers around you guys. And also down in Alaska, got some along coastal areas of Alaska. Alright, we're going to move on to the watches, warning, and advisories. For your location, we got some special weather statements for Maine and also into portions of New Hampshire. We got some flood advisories and maybe some severe thunderstorm warnings and special weather statements for Florida, Georgia, over here in portions of Alabama, and also into Mississippi. Also, we have some flash flooding watches in the northwestern portions of Mississippi. Also, we have more flood watches in effect for southern and central Texas. We have a severe thunderstorm watch for central, western, and northeastern Texas. All the way back into Oklahoma, back into Kansas, also into northwest Missouri. Got a tornado watch in effect for southern South Dakota, western Iowa, and also eastern Nebraska. Got several tornado warnings going on there as well. We got a flash flood watch also in effect for portions of southwest Minnesota. We got some still got some river flood warning going on in Minnesota, North Dakota, South Dakota. Also some flood advisory, flood warnings over Kansas and portions of South Dakota and Nebraska as well. We got some flooding still going along the Missouri and Illinois border. Also down here in southern Arkansas as well. We got a high wind report, warning in one county and a wind advisory over over a couple counties there in New Mexico. Air quality alert still in effect for southern portions of Arizona. Let's see, we got some flood, we got wind advisory portions of South Dakota and also portions of Montana. Also over here we got some flood advisories over southeastern portion of Idaho. Flood warning still going on in portions of Nevada and California. Heat advisories over portions of Central and Southern California, Northern California, Western Oregon, and Washington State. Alaska's got some special weather statements, also some flood watches in effect for you guys. The Hawaiian Chain Island looks A-OK. Alright, we're fixing to move on to the Storm Prediction Center overview page here. As you can see, there's that scattered activity over Maine that we were seeing on the radar. Also over here in Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, back into to the Ohio River Valley area, also back into the northern plains. Back over North and South Dakota, there's that tornado watch in effect for, like I said, Wyoming, portion of Kansas, Nebraska, Iowa. Got severe thunderstorm, Missouri, Kansas, down into Oklahoma and Texas as well. And like I said, got general thunderstorms elsewhere. And marginal risk all the way over to portions of Alabama and northern Mississippi and northern Louisiana as well. Alright, there's the convective outlook through the Carolinas up into the Ohio Valley, also into portions of the northern United States, over toward Montana, back through Wyoming, and back into portions of Texas and New Mexico as well. There's that slight risk extending from Texas all the way into portions of South Dakota, Iowa, and Nebraska as well. And the Hence area is over Iowa and Nebraska and southern portions of South Dakota. Alright, here's a look at the watches. Like I said, there goes that tornado watch in effect for southern South Dakota, northern and northeastern portions of Nebraska, western Iowa, northwestern Missouri. You got a severe thunderstorm watch. Eastern Kansas got a severe thunderstorm watch. Central and eastern Oklahoma as well. And also back down into central and southwestern Texas, severe thunderstorm watch in effect for you guys as well. The MDS discussion still shows about pretty much where the tornado watches are in effect. They still just kind of keeping a check on that for severe weather in that vicinity. Let's take a look at the storm reports. We had 20 tornado reports for today. That pretty much centered over portions of Nebraska, where the tornado reports are. So anybody in Nebraska need to check on family, friends, and neighbors to make sure everybody is okay in that vicinity. High wind report, we had 14. We had 0 high wind reports. Hail report, we had 25. 6 of them was large. So that brought the total reports to 59. So that pretty much brought wind reports that pretty much over the panhandle of Florida, southwest Georgia, southeast Alabama, over eastern Mississippi, back in Texas, and also back in Oklahoma. Also, we do have some wind reports and hail reports over Nebraska as well. All right, let's take a look at the fire weather risk. Currently, today looked good. No fire weather problems were detected across the nation. So, and that's in fact, that's a good thing right there. All right, and finally, let's take a look at the Columbia, South Carolina weather radar here. As you can see, we got scattered activity up here around the Hickory, just west of Hickory, just east of Asheville, down toward the Spartanburg area, a little bit up here around the Rock Hill vicinity. Also, we got a lot of showers and storms extending from southern Greenville County through Greenwood to just west of Newberry. We got a little cell popping up just east of Newberry as well, moving into Fairfield County. Also down in the portion of Augusta, Georgia, and back over towards the Aiken area and Barnwell and Bamberg vicinities. Also maybe back down in toward the Statesboro, Georgia area and Valdosta, Georgia and surrounding vicinities there. Pretty much quiet across the remainder of the eastern Carolinas, because it looks pretty quiet. If these showers hold together over here in western Greenwood and over toward Newberry, they could sneak almost over here to from about Lancaster, maybe to Columbia, to Orangeburg, and Walterboro and Savannah, Georgia. But like I said, pretty much this area right in here where I'm got my mouse circling here is still trapped with dry air in the area. So it's going to take a while before any moisture can get over in this portion of the area. So it may be till Monday before any rain makes it into eastern South Carolina, because that high pressure that's setting off the east coast is still funneling in dry air over the eastern Carolinas. And long as that high pressure ridge is blocking that precipitation, you're not going to get any rain east of I-77 or southeast of I-20, and also along the I-95 corridor in southern North Carolina as well. Alrighty, well, I hope everybody enjoyed this video. I hope everybody continue to stay safe and well. Enjoy the weather, because it's the only weather you got. Consider subscribing. Love to have you. Like these videos, share these videos, and we will catch you back in the next one.